This is the graph of the previous 30-day summation. That's totaling up the last 30 days deaths in hospital. And this is only in hospital because that's the only one where I could find the numbers split by age demographics, by the age grouping, and it's for England only. What it shows you is the green is the daily ones, the yellow and the brown is the summation of these green bars for the last 30 days. This is where we're at the moment. You can see that this is starting to rise again, but it's nowhere near the incline that it is at the start. For it to go up, the green bars would have to be hitting the top of this blue rectangle to make the numbers fit what the government's trying to tell you. These are the daily ones, and this is the numbers on each of the days for these are the summation ones for the previous 30 days. The shape is identical. All you'll be doing is dividing by 30. What this is showing you is the percentage of the UK daily deaths. So if you assume that the daily deaths, I've read it at 1700, so I've set it to 1400 for just the England ones. So at the height of it, 64% of the people that were dying in a day were due to the COVID. And as it goes green, less and less in the middle of the summer, virtually none, 0.21%. And it's crept up again, and it's round about 6-7%. On Sunday it was down at 2% because there's a lag with the deaths being reported. These other two columns here in yellow are the volatility, and that's basically showing you how much the numbers are fluctuating day to day. If it's a negative one, that means that the numbers are going down from yesterday. If it's a positive one, then it means the numbers are going up. There's two volatilities. There's just the normal volatility and there's the log volatility. The log volatility is the one that most people tend to use. And basically, if you ignore this last one, it's been bouncing around. There hasn't been any consistent numbers going up day after day after day. 10% rise, 2% back, 1% back, 7% rise, 4% rise, 1% rise, 14% rise, 16% back. This is the log graph. What this has shown is the incline and the rate. The log graph, 10,000, 1,000. If you run this through on the same incline that we've been having over the last month, then you'll get approximately another 10,000 dead where these two lines cross, and that's 22nd of November. So 11,000 on the 22nd of November. This is additional deaths, not total. And 1,000, basically where we stood on the 11th of October, which is the 1,000 line here. So it's like from 1,000 here up to 11,000 here. So the delta's 10,000. So the average daily deaths to get to 11,000 divided by 30. So you need round about 367 dead on average for 30 days to give you and get that incline to cross that line, which would give you the numbers. So this is like the 367. So you can see that's where the lockdown started. That was the numbers we were getting at the lockdown. These are the numbers that we're getting now. The numbers of dead in the hospitals is less than the numbers that were dying in the hospitals when the lockdown was instigated on the 23rd of March. The dotted blue line, that's the average that you would need, 367 per day for 30 days, which would give you the 11,000, which would be to get this curve to this point to keep that incline straight. If you don't get these numbers, then obviously this dips down. You don't have as many dead people. The green one are the individual non-log numbers. The green ones are on this scale, 200, 400, 600. The rest of the graph, the sort of yellowy and browny colours, are on this log scale on the left-hand side. So at the moment, the last 30 days, we've had round about, wherever it is, 2,000 or 3,000 dead. Doesn't seem right, that does it, 2 or 3. How much you got for the last? Last 30 days. Yeah, 2,088. So this is around about 2,088. So this line here is 1,000, 1,000, 2,000. It's on a log scale, remember. When it goes up to here, it will be 11,000. So 11,000 minus the 1,000, which is around about the 11th of October, will give you an additional 10,000. So to get to 11,000 in 30 days, you need 367 dead on average every day. Obviously, if you get 500 one day and 200, blah, blah, blah. This is just the average number. I've just uploaded the stuff to the 5th of November. So the graph's up to date as far as it can be. The green bars, the daily deaths. The daily deaths are nowhere near what the government or its scientists are predicting. It's less than 200 at the moment and way less, and has been decreasing. These are deaths in hospitals, England only. This is the level for 1,000, which is what they're now saying it's going to be by the end of this month. That's 2,000. One of the lots of people said that it was going to be 4,000 dead per day. That's twice this height on this graph at this scale. At the present, the numbers don't warrant, justify or indicate that it's anywhere near that. The curve is relatively flat. It's not increasing. It's not bending and going steeper. These are the numbers for the oldies, over 80s, 60s to 80s. These are the daily totals, as you can see. Big, huge bulges. Nothing, because it's seasonal. I'm the same as that Irish guy, saying exactly the same stuff. This is the average, sorry, this is the cumulative last 30 days, right? Just a gradual increase, the oldies, 80s plus, 60s to 80s, and the total, obviously the scales are slightly different. But this is the daily. It hasn't been ramping up. And in fact, the last 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 days, it's actually been falling. Yesterday, in hospitals in the UK, 40 people. If you base it on 1,400 UK, England deaths a day, then this was less than 3%, down to COVID yesterday. But let's take the ones for the previous week and take a look at them. Take the outlier out of there. The average is 13.5, call it 14. That's less than 1 in 6 people who are dying of COVID. And that's with the government gunning the figures to be as high as they can. The figures are bogus, to my mind, off of watching the news and stuff like that. Police are shutting stuff down, fining people tens of thousands of pounds. It's absolutely total nonsense, as far as I can tell at the moment. Anyway,